This is a podcast of the Nuffield Department of Medicine. Today we talk to Dr. Kilian Huber about targeting drug discovery. Hi Kilian.
Hi Chavi.
What is your approach to helping develop new drugs?
Well, if you want to develop a new drug, it's important that you have a good target whose activity you would want to modulate with that drug. And then of course the question is, how do you come up with a good target? And that is what our lab is mainly interested in. So we try to develop new approaches that can help to identify new targets that are relevant for the treatment of human disease.
How do you actually go about identifying a new drug target?
Well, we are pursuing two different strategies. One of them is that we try to develop small molecule tools, small chemical compounds, that people can use to test the activity of a given protein, which is most likely going to be the kind of target you're looking for within a cellular system or a tissue. And the other approach is that we take patient samples or human tissue and we incubate these samples with small molecules, and then we see how these small molecules affect the morphology and the phenotype of these cells. And then, in most cases, we will not know how these compounds work, which is why we then take them and try to understand their mode of action using a technology that we call chemical proteomics.
Are there particular diseases that you're interested in?
Well, we are very much interested in human cancers. So we study a broad variety, like leukemias and solid tumors. But we are also very much interested in inflammatory disorders like rheumatoid arthritis and also viral infection.
What are the most important lines of research that have emerged over the last, say, 5 to 10 years?
I think nowadays people are much more appreciating the complexity of human biology and thus human disease. People understand that it's very unlikely that you'll be able to make a drug that interacts only with one protein and will then cure a disease. Diseases are very complex. So often it's not just one protein that is acting weirdly within the cell. It will be several of them, and if you alter the activity of one of them, the others will then compensate for it. So it is important to use good model systems that are representative of the disease, and we try to identify the molecules that are hitting all the right nodes within that network.
Why does your line of research matter? Why should we put money into it?
Our aim is to accelerate drug discovery by providing new targets to the community, and also we offer our reagents and tool compounds for free, so everything is open access. Anyone who wants to use it can get it for free from us. And we do that in order to enable these other researchers to further investigate these new targets, and also pharmaceutical companies, so that they can start drug discovery programs. And I think considering the burden of diseases like cancer and also inflammatory disorders, people will appreciate that it's important to have new therapeutics to be able to treat these disorders.
How does your research fit into translational medicine within the department?
For us, it is very important that we see that our results are relevant for the treatment of human disease. So we want to see if our molecules really work in patient tissue. So we collaborate with clinicians and we ask them to provide us with samples from patients that we then treat with small molecules and then see if they give an interesting phenotype. And then we give these molecules back to the clinicians so that they can then study the effects in patients.
Thank you so much, Kilian. That was very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.